word.
Spread the word. The word.
Hey, they're clapping. They obviously didn't see last week's show, did they? Hey, welcome to week 2 of The Word. The weekend starts here. I know it's not original, but tonight's show is a bit of a minor epic. We've got an exclusive interview with living legend and godfather of soul, James Brown, giving us British TV's first interview since he's been in jail.
Everybody's got a sample. Everybody's going to sample my stuff. Everybody uses my chord changes today. You know, they don't use the major chords. They use the James Brown chords. Thank God for that. You know.
And from a man who's locked up to a bunch who ought to be, the guys next door, the 90s answer to the Monkees.
Don't tell your parents this, but the guys next door are on the air. Up top, boys. Yeah.
Plus a chance to see what you should have seen last week, Amanda's interview with the teenage stars of David Putnam's new movie, Memphis Belle.
We set up in a rundown mansion in Dartmouth, and they treated us like dogs for a week. It was, you know, they just put us, we got up, ran 3 miles, did press-ups, and, you know, they gave us the life of a military man. It was terrible.
And Amanda is in Connecticut tonight. We'll find out why later. We've also got 2 guests this week, star of Scandal, Joanne Worley-Kilmer, and Bond girl, Marion Darbo, plus live music in the studio from the Pixies. Well, first, 5 unassuming lads from Northwich. Their debut single on their own Dead Dead Good Records, Indian Rope, hit the top of the indie charts just around Christmas, and their second single, The Only One I Know, reached number 9 in the national charts. Described as Britain's most shaggable band, playing live on British TV for the very first time, this is the Charlatans and their brand new single, Then.
Sometimes hard to find. You were never safe to be with. You're nothing next to me. I'm a phenomenon you see. Sometimes hard to find. You were never safe to be with. Curious again. Curious again. You're nothing next to me. We're a phenomenon you see. You were sometimes hard to find. You were never safe to be with them. You give it all to me. You never listen to a thing. Yes, you're furious. I'm glorious. You never hurt me that much.
Thank you very much.
There you go, Northwich. Northwich now has something to compete with Salt as a bit of a tourist attraction. Well, while bands like the Charlatans and the Stone Roses have been compared musically with the Monkees, over in America, NBC television have been moulding 5 nice young boys into the US equivalent of the 1990s Monkees. The Guys Next Door are zit-free adolescents, a kind of supergroup ready-made for TV. Well, I caught up with them in Los Angeles, where they were secretly filming their series for American networks' Saturday morning TV.
Hello, my name is Patrick J. Dancy, and I'm one of the guys next door.
Hi, I'm Christopher Wolf. Hello, my name is Bobby.
How you doing? My name's Eddie Garcia. Hey, I'm Damon Sharp from the guys next door.
And playback!
We're on set with NBC's latest attempt to capture the Saturday morning TV audience in the USA.
Mr. Brandon Tartikoff, the president of NBC, came to Vince Manzi, personal friend of mine, and said something about his daughter, loved new kids and has, all their records and stuff. And couldn't we do something like that? Couldn't we put a show together like that? So we went, yes, I think we can. We got 5 guys. We bought a bunch of sets. We wrote some material. We pushed them in front. And we edited it. We put a bunch of stupid stuff in. And we said, here's our show. They're more like the Monkees, the early Beatles, Monty Python. They're very good actors.
For the 90s.
Yes.
We like to party, You gotta get to it if you wanna do it. There's some guys next door. They always say we try too hard, but that's okay in our own backyard.
We fake it. They'll never know the difference. We fake our own home videos and we win $10,000. Home videos? They're stupid.
This is not just a primetime TV show. NBC aimed to launch the Guys Next Door as a chart-topping singles band, and the videos come ready-made as part of the programme. It's actually one big money-spinning package. Do you not think it's a bit contrived, though, to have, like, I don't know, one, like, Hispanic kid, one, nice blonde, blue-eyed American guy,
Well, we try not to think that way. I mean, I guess, we all had a certain look that they all liked, and here we are. We don't look at it that way. I think together we have a great chemistry.
Do you mind that they're going to be marketing you as, like, sex symbols?
No, not at all, actually. Our skits are funny. We do different things. We have one called the Pizza Hero, which is not like Superman, but he's called the Pizza Hero.
He's Pizza Guy. Yes, Pizza Guy, a superhero who delivers action-packed adventure and excitement. He's fast, he's savvy, and he's at the scene of a crime in less than 15 minutes or the crooks go free. He's out there dishing up justice to enemies of the law. He's America's hottest new crime-fighting machine, and he's after crooks with an appetite for mischief.
You're finished, Caesar salad. And so is your band of motley croutons.
Come on, Pizza Guy. Show us your hot topping.
Yeah.
Yeah, what up, homie? Let's toss some, boss.
You ordered it.
I mean, the show's supposed to be like a comedy, and I know that you like the British show, the young ones. Is it kind of like that?
It's a little like that. It's not so far out of comedy. It's more of like a Saturday Night Live kind of a comedy.
Do they pick all your clothes for you? Do you pick your own?
They pick all my clothes. Yeah, I have a terrible sense of fashion. I'm probably the only one in the group that does. I mean, I will wear just jeans and a T-shirt. That's basically what I wear.
I'm driving a nice car. I'm driving a real nice car, a sporty luxury car, kind of four-door sports car. And I live with my parents in a nice big house, so I'm happy.
And do they let you bring women back?
Hi, Damon.
Hi, Jennifer.
You look incredible today.
I do?
And I love what you're wearing.
Yeah, I found it on the floor of my closet.
Damon, you're so funny. Be careful.
What?
You'll steal my heart away.
And what do you think will be the appeal of the guys next door?
I think it's our craziness. Because
Cut. Bobby, you said your line wrong. Try it again. Let's get another take here. Let's get another take here. Slate, take 2. Here we go. More feeling, Bobby, more feeling!
I think it's our craziness, you know? I think it's the fact that we're just wild.
Perfect, print it!
What happens if the guys next door end up falling out and, like, a couple of them want to move out?
We menudo
We menudo them. They're out. We get new guys.
Don't tell your parents this, but
The guys next door are on the air!
up top, boys.
Yeah! Yeah!
We're the guys. We're the guys next door.
The guys next door, they're not like the Monkees, though, because apparently Charles Manson wanted to join the Monkees, but was turned down at the audition. I can't imagine Charles Manson living next door, anyone can you? With me tonight, though, is Joanne Whalley-Kilmer, the fastest rising star in Hollywood. Joanne, you've done well, haven't you, really, because you're from round our way, I suppose?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Well, did it all come as a surprise to you that you'd actually break into Hollywood the way that you did?
Well, I don't know what you mean by break into Hollywood. I mean, there's no such thing or place as Hollywood anymore, you know. I mean, I've worked there and I've worked here and I've worked in France and a few other places. So, I don't consider that I went off on a crusade to conquer the States or anything.
I mean, you actually always seem to get roles or that put you in the spotlight, even if they're only, like, cameo-type roles.
Yeah, I've been pretty lucky with some good parts.
We're going to have a look at a few of them now.
Oh, no.
Might dredge up a few embarrassing moments for you. Originally from Stockport, Joanne, she played the nurse in TV's The Singing Detective, the sex kitten Christine Keeler in Scandal, and is about to re-emerge as a less than glamorous housewife, Beth, in her latest movie, The Big Man. And here's a clip from both of them.
She gave me this.
Did he ever write you any letters?
Maybe a couple of notes.
Notes? You kept them, did you?
And then put them away somewhere. It was months ago.
Yeah, well, you really should look for them, Christine.
It was all Stephen's fault. Wait there.
What was that for?
Get your ass out of my front yard. Go on!
Jesus Christ!
Well, I bet that made you popular with the lads, didn't it?
They love it. They loved it.
I mean, in the film The Big Man, you actually, the clip that we saw there, you play the wife of an unemployed miner. Is there much of the real Joanne Whalley in that character, Beth, that you played there?
Well, I think anything you play, you end up looking for things that happen in your own life that you can draw onto. You know, you try and find similarities that you know, sometimes you have to stretch things a little bit, but that's the idea. I mean, it's you. I mean, you create different characters, but it's still you at the end of the day. So you have to find as much in common as you can.
Did you ever see any lads off like that in the past?
Not exactly with a coal scuttle, but a few other things.
Right, you were actually in a punk band, weren't you, when you were younger?
Yeah, I just kind of played around with all that for a while.
Did you not want to make that your career, music?
It's not what I'm good at, you know. I mean, I loved it. I loved walking around with a silly hairdo and a guitar case. But it's not what I'm good at.
I mean, and you also went on Opportunity Knocks when you were 12 and came fourth. Are those all sort of little things that you don't bring up in general conversation?
Well, I mean, what do you talk about things you did when you were 12 or 4 or whatever? And
that's the last time I did anything interesting, to be quite honest with you.
Well, you talk about what you're currently interested in, usually, I find.
Now, you did quite a convincing Scottish accent in The Big Man, and they say that you can do, like, loads of different accents, but can you still do a Mancunian accent?
If I tried very hard, I could.
Well, would you have to try really hard?
Well, I think I'm one of those people that, you know, wherever you end up being, you kind of take on the accent. So if you're in Birmingham, say, or if you're in Scotland, that's what you have to do for that. So, you know, I think it's... Some people do and some people don't. I don't think it necessarily makes you a better actor if you can do accents. I mean, it's just like... You go into any pub and you can find some guy who's good at doing imitations or is a good mimic, you know, but... I don't think it's necessarily a qualification for being an actor.
Do you actually still go back to Stockport from time to time?
No, I haven't been there for about 6 years, 7 years.
Have things changed a lot for you? Because, I mean, your husband, Val, I mean, you get some stick in Stockport, wouldn't you, for being married to a bloke called Val?
I don't know, maybe.
Has he never been there? He's never actually visited your hometown?
No, we've been there. We've been here together. In London. But...
OK, we'll look forward to seeing you come back. And you'll have to get up there and do a few clubs, Joanne.
Maybe I will.
In our constant search for hidden talent round these isles, Les Miserable landed in Cardiff, where a classical music fan did his best to make him laugh.
Les Miserable says... Pee-wee from Cardiff, make me laugh.
I, Larry, would now like to present to you a piece of classical music entitled The William Tell Overture, by me. Thank you.
And if you'd like to make Les laugh, write to us, including a telephone number at the word, P.O. Box 972, London, E149TG. Anyway, here's a little poser to stop you biting your nails during the break.
Only one of these celebrities has a complete set of fingers and thumbs. Which one is it? Find out after the break.
The word. The word.
We asked you which one of these celebrities has a complete set of fingers and thumbs. The answer is Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Obviously, the others had all been shoplifting in Saudi Arabia. That's what you get there, isn't it? Moulinex manicure for nicking. Well, at a cost of £20 million, Memphis Belle is the most expensive British movie of the year and focuses on the lives of 10 young American pilots on a bombing mission over Europe in World War II. It's a David Putnam film which caused quite a stir in Grimsby when it was filmed there. Well, last week we left Amanda, thanks to 20th century technology, in the middle of an airfield in Memphis, Tennessee, talking to 3 of the film's stars. Well, all we managed to get at the time was some very fuzzy pictures and some of this. Love Me Tender shampoo. Good, isn't it? Be better than Elvis in a bathroom, wouldn't it? And here's what we didn't see last week.
I'm going to be talking to Billy Zane, Tate Donovan and Eric Stoltz because they're in a movie called Memphis Belle, which is the biggest British film this year. The only British film. There you go, the only British film. So, Tate, how much preparing did you have to do for this role?
Tons. No, actually, they put us through, they gave us a lot to do. You know, Catherine Weiler and David Putnam, they set up boot camp, and they gave us about 90 books to read, and we got to interview real guys. You know, I play a co-pilot, and I interviewed about 5 co-pilots, and it was very exciting.
Did you meet any of the guys that were actually in the Memphis Belle originally?
Yeah, we met them all.
Yes.
All the ones that are alive.
They were maniacs. they partied more. The original crew of the Memphis Belle partied us under the ground. They're
maniacs. Still partying.
Which is saying a lot, right?
Yeah.
So, Billy, your character in the film obviously got called up to fight. Would you go and fight if you had to? Can you relate it? Yeah.
I have a hard time protecting the investments of oil companies. I think it's an outdated source of energy. And if this country wants to enter the millennium with a smiling face, I think they should look to alternates.
Billy, you're so political.
The Memphis Belle was named after, you know, the guy's girlfriend back home. What do you think of the English girls, Billy?
Ooh, he's married, you know, he's married.
Billy's married.
He can't answer.
Get him out of this truck.
Take
Okay.
the land. What do I think of English women? Well, I fell in love with three. Fourth one, I couldn't, you know. No, they're wonderful. They have a love-hate thing with the Americans. They kind of love that you know, we're all sort of wild and blah blah blah. They also can't stand that we're wild. It's an interesting psychological
I
thing.
think they're very different from American women, then.
Well, you know, I noticed that they talk
What's the difference?
slightly differently.
What's the difference between a British woman and an American woman? I can't answer that question. Amanda? We love Amanda. London, do you? Look at her. She's such a pretty host for The Word.
I thought it was called The World.
No, it's called The Word.
Sorry.
Well, listen, Billy's out of here, so I guess that's about it from us in Memphis.
Bye, Dexter.
Hey, that's Amanda. Hopefully we'll be trying to track Amanda down somewhere in the States later. I think she's in Connecticut. But I've now been joined by Mariam Darboe, an ex-Bond girl and somebody who actually worked with Jeffrey Archer. Pardon my French. Well, you are actually part French, aren't you, really?
No, I'm not.
Aren't
I'm
you?
part Russian. So you've got it all wrong there, Terry.
Hey, don't think of that lot. They don't like the Russians.
No,
do they, over
I've
in the
been brought up in
States?
France, so that's why. But you want to come back to Jeffrey Archer, is that it?
Oh, wow, yeah. Did you like working with Jeff?
Well, thank God I didn't work with him. I mean, he was on set from time to time. He's quite a character. He's pretty much like his books.
Would you vote for him?
Would I vote for him? No way. No way.
Well, that must have been a great vote of confidence. A lot of people always say, I mean, you're you know, the Bond girl in The Living Daylights, and everyone says that's like the kiss of death to your career to be a Bond girl.
I know she'll be a Bond girl until she dies. That's it. No, I mean, you think the way you've got to take it is that, okay, I did a Bond movie, and the thing, you get a lot of exposure. And it's brilliant, but it's exhausting, and then after, people expect so much from you after. And there is, when you look at all the Bond girls, it's like some have disappeared. And I think I'm slowly, you know, coming back and take step by step. The actual kiss of death, I think, is from the press more than anything else. I mean, you know, it's just luck, next job, you know, whatever job I'll get.
How did you land the part then in Not a Penny More, Not a Penny Less of Jeffrey Archer?
Did I enter my part? Yeah.
No, how did you land it?
Oh, how did I auditioned. I saw Clive Donner at the BBC, and I just auditioned. And
did you think it was a good story?
Nobody thought it was a brilliant story. I mean, I think a lot of people did it for money. No, and I mean, it was fun to do. There was a great cast, a wonderful producer, Clive Donner, lovely director to work with. And it was just a fun, you know, thing to do last summer in England, and it was a heat wave in England. It was brilliant.
Now, Timothy Dalton is supposed to be a bit of a heartthrob. I mean, do you actually like old Timmy?
Do I like him? Oh, yeah, he's a wonderful guy. He really is. No, we're good friends. And,
in case you can make a comeback in another Bond film.
Me? No, a Bond girl appears once. Thank God. I mean, otherwise I'd be really, like, you know, be kiss of death.
Have a look at some of these films anyway, because my barber used to say, here's something for the weekend. I don't know what he meant, but Mariam's here to help me look at some video selections for the weekend. They're not those sort of videos, Mariam. First off, there's Die Hard. The sequel's already out. You can now buy the original. Bruce Willis plays a hero, of course, restoring the status quo without affecting his hairline.
It's Christmas Eve in L.A. But a team of terrorists...
You want money? What kind of terrorists are you? Who said we were terrorists?
...was New York cop John McClane.
Got invited to the Christmas party by mistake. Who knew?
They're using artillery on us.
You idiot. This is the police.
He's an easy guy to like.
Welcome to the party, pal.
And a hard man to kill.
Seems like a lot of fun. Is he more your kind of action man rather than Timothy Dalton, the Bruce Willis type?
Terry, the kind of questions you're asking. Number one, I don't even know Bruce Willis. And Tim I know, and I enjoyed working with him, and I certainly find Tim more interesting than Bruce Willis.
They were going for the glamour angle tonight.
That's why
I've got my silky
I
shirt
haven't
on.
seen any of his movies. I've only seen him in Moonlighting.
He was good in that, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's great at that character, but I haven't seen Die Hard. What is it called? Die Harder now? They have Die Harder. I haven't. And I know he's a good actor, but...
Moonlight is okay, but it doesn't kill anyone, though, does it? Now, this is something else which you might have seen already. It's about to be launched on Sky TV. They're a family who've outraged the moral majority in America, corrupted a generation of kids, and sold more T-shirts than anyone else. A family of the Simpsons, supposedly a typical middle American family gone wrong. Now, the father, Homer, is a brainless couch potato who works in a nuclear waste plant. His wife, Margie, is a squawky old bat, and the two little girls are precocious brats. But it's their son, Bart, who's become the new hero, a kind of Dennis the Menace of the 1990s America. There you are. That's going to be on Sky TV. Mind you, you know the only difference between Sky TV and the Loch Ness Monster is some people claim to have seen the Loch Ness Monster. Have you actually seen The Simpsons?
Well, I watched it, and it's really strange. I mean, I didn't know anything about it, and it's quite a well-known cartoon.
You actually meet people who look like that in real life, don't you? Well, I do. This is the teen movie of the week now. It's called House Party and opens today. It's centred around a lad who has a wild party in his parents' house when they're away. There's nothing new here except for the cast are black, the music's better than most American teeny films, and it's supplied by Full Force, LL Cool J and Kid and Play.
There's a party tonight at Peter's house. Can I go? You're not going nowhere. Yo, baby, you looking real good. Step off. Handle it. Kick it, Pop.
Okay, so where we're on our way to? The house party. You think I am a girl like you just has to have more than one man. I know, but I can't hang. And girl, behind she calling.
How much more trouble can I get into? Hey, Eraserhead.
He's nicked his haircut off Bart Simpson, hasn't he, that guy? What's the wildest party you've ever had?
Oh, my God, wildest party I've ever had. Probably some Hollywood party.
Well,
yeah.
what kind of thing goes on at them?
Not that. Not what I've just seen. Rap. No, I went to this incredible, glamorous Hollywood party where they had about 30 gospel singers and all the stars were there in this incredible house.
But no, well, we'll find out more sex, drugs and rock and roll stories off you later. We don't want to know about the gospel singers. Now, if you reckon you can rap, dance or DJ as well as the house party crew, there could be a prize in it for you. We're looking for the best rappers, dancers and DJs for a competition where there's loads of prizes, including the first prize of a weekend rave for two in Amsterdam's Roxy Club. All you've got to do is video or tape your act or just write about it and send it in to us, including your name and address and telephone number. The three finalists will be invited onto the show at the end of September, where Kid and Play themselves will announce the winner live from the USA by satellite. So get organised and get practising. Time now, though, to shake a leg to this week's dance track. #1 in the word turn-ons, featured on the word page in tomorrow's Guardian. And this week's track has been selected with the assistance of Mix magazine, and it's called Everybody by Wendell Williams. And the word dancers tonight are joined by some dancing cola cans that we borrowed from Hamleys. The word cheese.
Everybody swing that body. Everybody, everybody, everybody swing that body. Everybody, everybody, everybody swing that body. Everybody, everybody, everybody swing that body.
Not bad at all, eh? Later on, of course, it's just gone 6:30, or if you're watching the repeat, just gone 1:30 in the morning, and later on we'll be having the Pixies on the programme. But first, the word exclusive, the first and only TV interview James Brown, the godfather of soul, has done since his imprisonment. Well, just to get you in the mood first, here's a clip of the man himself in action. That's the man who, along with Michael Jackson, is the biggest selling black artist of all time, filmed live there in the 70s. Now, James Brown has been in prison for the last 2 years. He was arrested and convicted of assaulting his neighbour and resisting arrest in a car chase with the local police. Well, despite pleading not guilty, James Brown was then sentenced to 6 years imprisonment. In Aiken, South Carolina, we were able to get an exclusive interview with James Brown on one of the rare occasions he was granted a weekend pass.
So good! So good! I got you!
People over in England now think that James Brown is actually free.
No, I'm not free. The only thing free is me in my spirit. But my body's not free. I'm incarcerated. Yeah, but I hope to be out whenever, you know, as long as I don't lose my integrity and my dignity, to get out. I had a chance. I could have been free from the very, very beginning if I had pleaded guilty, a guilty plea for something that I'm not guilty of. So I just took time instead.
What was it like for you in prison?
Well, it's quite a lesson that you don't really want to learn. It's a very great awareness. And it also puts together a lot of things that you've probably been thinking of all along. Things that you were somewhat in the dark about, and they kind of come to light a little bit, you know.
I mean, what was the hardest part of it, though, for you?
The hardest part was being locked away, period. That was the hardest part. But I still got the faith. I still got my dignity. I still got my integrity. I'm not going to blow that, and still got my soul.
What are your actual proudest musical achievements?
Well, individually, my proudest musical achievement was when I cut the first record, because that meant that I would no longer live in the ghetto. I'd get a chance to do better things in life. My next proudest thing was when I could say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. There were people in this country that were ashamed of their color, ashamed of their integrity, and ashamed of their background, ashamed of their own being. Unfortunately, we deal with a lot of things that I don't like to be a part of. I wish there was no prejudice in the world. I wish there was no racism in the world, but I can't stop that.
Well, where did that funky thing come from, though, isn't it?
I'm not going to tell you that. Einstein didn't tell you where his thing came from. I'm not going to tell you where mine got from. You have to live and hear it.
Were people really shocked when you first played like that?
Oh, they said it was incorrect. Oh, a lot of my musicians told me, you're not playing right. This is wrong. When I made Try Me, in 1959, they thought, he's crazy, you know, the way I made Try Me, the way I was going through the different changes in it, because that hadn't been done. And when I made Please, Please, Please in 56, they say, I can't believe it, he's saying please, please 30-some times. How is they going to make a hit with that? That was totally different from Please, Please. So that's one of the things that kept me around. God always gave me an insight to do something totally different from my last thing. And he said, that's not James Brown. By the time the song gets over, I got a hit.
do you feel about all these hip-hop guys who seem to sample all your music?
Well, copying is the greatest form of flattery, and that's respect, and that's love. They could have thought of a lot of other entertainers to copy, and they instead copied James Brown. And even the rap. 95% of the rap songs are James Brown. And I respect that, I love that, I appreciate that, because let's face it, it means today that over half of your music throughout the world, whether it's gospel, pop, rock, rhythm and blues, rap, hip-hop, little country, you know, some classicals, it adapted itself to the James Brown theory. That's very, very important, you know. And I thank God for that, because then I don't have to worry about Mozart, Schubert, Beethoven, Bach, and all those people. I just worry about Brown.
Now, you've actually been working in the community, haven't you? What kind of work have you been doing?
Well, I've been working with young people, getting kids together from here up. I've been talking to kids about staying in school. I've been talking to kids about human behavior, alcohol and drugs. I've been helping the homeless grandmothers. And I think I love it very much, and helping the needy. Those are the things that I like doing, you know.
Papa's got a brand new bag.
When you make your live comeback, where will it be?
Well, when I just return to the stage, because I don't have to come back. I didn't go no place. But when I return to the stage, it'll either be one of 4 places: Moscow, Paris, London, or Madrid, or maybe all 4.
Do you have a message for your fans in England?
My message to my fans there in Britain is love one another. Believe in yourself, and somebody else will believe in you. Trust in God. Give yourself a chance to be what God intended for you to be. Oh, and say, God bless you. Save the fish and chips.
After the fish and chips. Coming after the break, we've got the Pixies, Janet Jackson with Amanda. And first, though, see if you can suss this one out.
Which one of these celebrities is the odd one out? Find out after the break.
The word.
We asked you which celebrity was the odd one out. The answer is Fatima Whitbread. She is the only one who is not a prospective parliamentary candidate.
OK, at last I think we can go over to Amanda de Cadenet, who should be at the end of our satellite this week with Janet Jackson. Whereabouts are you, Amanda?
Hi, Terry. Well, I'm in Hartford, Connecticut, and it's about 100 miles north of New York. And as you can see behind me, they're setting up for Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation 1814 concert here tonight. And there's going to be about 20,000 people here in the auditorium. She's done about 50 gigs all over America, and she's playing here tonight. So I can watch the show tonight, and you guys will have to wait for 3 weeks. So let's go over and meet Janet Jackson. Janet.
All right.
Janet.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Fine, thanks.
You all right?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about touring now. Everyone says it's kind of really glamorous and one big party. Is it really like that?
No. Who taught you that?
Well, it's kind of a myth, really, isn't it?
No. It's. I think that's just the side that the public sees, the glamorous end. But it's a lot of hard work. It's very grueling, and there's just a lot to do. I mean, it's difficult every day. A lot of people feel that you just get to the venue like an hour, a half hour before you go on, but we're actually here at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, from 3 all the way to the end of the show. And the show starts at like 9.
So what time do you have your sound check or whatever?
At 5.
Do you?
Yeah, at 5 o'clock we have sound check. And normally when we first get here, some are in makeup and some are going over certain routines or a few changes in the show that we like to make. So that's basically how it goes.
So what else is going on here then? I mean, during the daytime they're setting everything up.
Yeah, well actually they're putting up the stage right now. They're almost finished. Yeah, they're almost finished. They're just putting, I guess, the little bolts and nuts and bolts in right now. But it's a pretty big stage. Actually, it is a big stage.
It's a very big stage.
It's 5 stories high.
So how many people have you got in your whole crew then?
About 90, 93, 97.
And they all travel with you?
All. Yeah, everyone.
Wow.
There's 53 just of the crew alone, but everyone that travels, it's about 93 or 97 of us that travel, so...
And you get that up and down every night and move turns.
Every night. This man is responsible for that. These guys right here.
What's his name?
Come here, Benny.
Come here, Benny. How you doing?
I was telling her how you're responsible for these guys getting this up.
Well, this guy's responsible for it all, aren't you?
Yeah.
He's doing a very good job.
Well, thank you.
So I think I'll watch you putting up the rest of the stage there.
Well, good.
Terry.
Fine.
I've got to bail you out now. I was a bit disappointed with it. I didn't see the chimpanzee once there. Time now, though, to find out who's doing what to who, when and for how much on another Mission Implausible.
The following information on star-sensitive stories is for operational use only. This week, the classified are Ferris Bueller, Cher, Bobby De Niro.
Life is one damn thing after another. Mark Twain said that after he changed his name. I'm Ferris Bueller, and I've never changed mine.
Charlie Schlatter, last seen co-starring with Kylie in The Delinquents, is to play Ferris Bueller in a TV spin-off of the movie. He's already cutting the original Bueller down to size.
If I didn't get to chop off Matthew's head, I think, in the first 5 minutes, there would have been some reservations, because who wants to do an impersonation of somebody for 5 years?
Now, no movie seems safe from the TV spin-off. Coming soon are TV versions of Parenthood, Look Who's Talking, and even the rebirth of Inspector Clouseau. Poor Cher. She split with toy boy rocker Richie Sambora. A fan sent her an ear in the post. And now, she faces a kiss-and-tell biography from former husband Sonny Bono, giving a new meaning to their hit, I Got You, Babe. Now, Hindsight Horoscope. Ernest Saunders, Libra, January 20th, 1986. The day he launched the fraudulent bid for distillers. Although you could be let down by people you once thought of as close associates or colleagues, this could be a major turning point in your life. Box office sensation, Arachnophobia, may be renamed when it comes to Britain. Warner Brothers are thinking of calling it Along Came a Spider. Could it be that the old title sounds too like Arachnophobia? Sensitive soap star Tim Busfield got tough recently, demanding a $10,000 a show pay rise. He threatened to quit, but the producers called his bluff. No wonder he looked shirty something. The Weight We Were. Sylvester Stallone, 1990. Sylvester Stallone, 1978.
It doesn't take a lot of money to buy a 1970 Ambassador. It just looks like it does.
Hey, Ma! Pa, Joe's got a new car! Boy, Joe, that's terrific.
Hey, how do you like this big shot?
This is Robert De Niro in one of his first starring roles. A car ad, circa 1970.
Make money. Right, Joe?
Hey, Mama, it didn't cost so much. Hey, Richie, get the sneakers off the seat, will you, please?
Oh, Joe got air conditioning!
Hey, come on, let's go for a ride, huh?
Joey, the way I'm dressed?
You look beautiful.
Bravo, Joe.
Hey, Mrs. DeVoto, my son is air conditioned. That's nice.
The Ambassador is still the only car in its class with standard air conditioning. That's class.
This tape will now self-destruct.
Well, let's hope this programme doesn't self-destruct. Last year, of course, 1989 was one of the best years ever for good album releases. One of the best, certainly by far, was Doolittle by the Pixies, which went in the album charts at number 8. It's no mean achievement, that, for an independent raucous guitar band from Boston, Massachusetts. Well, they played the Reading Festival last Sunday, and their new album, Bossa Nova, entered the charts last week at number 3. Now, for their only TV appearance this year in the UK, this is The Pixies with Cecilia Ann and Alison.
It's the start of this year ball. From me to you, where are we now? Hooray, the blues of everyone. Alison. She smiled around the bar. We took no fright and Jackson. We'll go tonight to hear him tell. Oh, well. Alison. Alison. Hit the sun, I saw the face of Alison. Alison, Alison, Alison,
My thanks to the Pixies, and of course, I think Black Francis there now living in LA, which I believe is where you were for a while, weren't you, Mariam?
Yeah, I'm going back there.
Going back, you should stick around here, really. This is where it's all happening. On next week's show, you can see Billy Idol, whose albums, unlike his hair, don't go platinum in the UK, and he's probably be flirting with Amanda. I'll be speaking to the star of Moonstruck, Peggy Sue Got Married, and Now Wild at Heart, Nicolas Cage, and we'll be taking a look at what happened when Los Angeles caught Manchester Mania with the Hacienda Club and the Inspiral Carpets. Thanks a lot for coming in, Mariam.
Thank
Are you off to the States to find some more work?
Yeah, in 2 weeks.
Hey, it's big bucks over. Have a look for a part for me. You know, in like 30-something. And give us a ring in 2 years. And Amanda, we're off.
Yes, Terry. We're here, and that's about all we've got time for, because I'm going to be going to LA, hopefully next week, to the MTV Awards, and maybe you'll see a little bit more of me from there. So it's goodbye from me and Janet.
See you in England real soon.
That's it.
Hey.
Bye. Bye.
Thanks a lot. Everyone's going to LA. I'm being deserted. I think they must mean Laura Accrington. Well, to finish off with, we won't see Janet Jackson live in Connecticut because it's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but here's a little sneak preview of the Rhythm Nation tour, which arrives here at the end of September. See you next week. Until then, ta-ra.